20 seconds and counting. T-minus 15 seconds. Guidance is internal. 12, 11, 10, 9. Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us for another episode of Tech in 20. We are the broadcast that is covering topics in all sorts of areas, including digital media, social media, interactive media. Guys, let me tell you, if it's in the world of media and technology, those are topics that we're interested in. We're covering it, and we're bringing you a show live every Tuesday and Thursday night. Now, if you're looking for our past archival broadcasts, look no further than techin20.com. There you will find all of the interviews, all of the discussions, and all of the panels that we have done for the last 3 years. Now, once you go there, explore it, leave some comments, let us know what you think, and if there are topics that we have not covered yet, and there's probably a few out there, let us know by hitting us up on the social networks, whether it's Facebook, whether it's Twitter. We would love to hear from you guys. As always, we are your hosts. My name is Louis Sandoval.
And my name is Jennifer Navarrete. And this week we were talking about small business and nonprofits and causes using all the tools that are available to them. And so I'm excited about what we're talking about this evening. It's, a lot of times when we think about things that happen in our cities, we can attend meetings, there's hearings, there's opportunities for us to go in there. But I don't know about you guys, but for me it seems like expansion plans kind of happen in some kind of a void because although I could physically go to those locations, the meetings may not fit for me. And so it makes a lot of sense with so many online interactive tools at our disposal. You can really tell the story. So tonight we're chatting with Mando Rayo, who's Vice President of Engagement at Cultural Strategies, about a project that he's championed called the Airport BLVD Project. Mondo, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Jennifer. Hi, Louis. How are you guys doing?
Great. Hey, listen, look, I'd first like to start off by asking you to share the vision of your part of what you're doing with Airport BLVD and why it was important for you to be a part of this.
Oh, yeah, thanks. Well, the thing is my background is community engagement, and really my focus is to connect with people in neighborhoods and, in a sense, bring their opinions, their voices to the table, and that's kind of been my background. And so when we started working with the city of Austin on this Airport BLVD redevelopment project, I was really excited about it. And two, I knew I had to find different ways to engage different populations, diverse populations, and sometimes traditionally the ones that normally don't show up just because of they have other issues going on, families, time, commitments, or maybe they don't feel as close to city types of issues as far as, kind of how they're involved in their community.
Now, what I find really interesting, Mando, is that, you could have done a petition, you could have done some type of rally, but I think what you've really done here is you've really taken it to the people. And the individuals that you've been able to document have, in a way, become storytellers themselves. They're telling their story, their vision. Their voice is really being heard in this. And I want to know, why video? Why not audio? Why not a blog? Why not just, a quick transcript of an interview? Why video?
Well, I think video is a great tool for people to capture people's stories. Once you get, when you get with people and you make them feel comfortable in their own setting, where they feel that it was myself, and actually recruited a youth kind of team, Latinitas, here in Austin, and they basically they kind of told from their point of view, their vision, their story. And so I think video was kind of a natural way for me to capture this information from them, their vision. And, it's I guess, it can be seen as non-traditional. The traditional way is to go to the public meeting at, this certain structured event. But my approach is really you have to go to the people to truly get the insights that you need. And so what we did is a combination of those, because we did have the public meetings, but we also went out and we did small one-on-one meetings. And during these one-on-one meetings and kind of that street outreach that we did, we captured people's vision for this whole new corridor that's kind of developing in Austin.
You know, Mando, I don't know about you, but I have found that most folks have a tendency to be a bit shy when it comes to video. As a matter of fact, you know, I'm a big audio person, and if I give folks the option of doing an audio interview or doing a video interview, I would say 75% of the folks would rather do an audio interview than a video interview because they feel a little bit intimidated by the video medium.
Yeah.
You know, first of all, what did you say to kind of get folks to kind of, you know, be open to doing video? And I'm thinking that part of that has to do with the fact that they were passionate about the topic.
Yeah, I think it's a combination of that. It's a combination of how relevant the topic is to them. So definitely if they're passionate about certain issues, they're going to be more vocal. And two, it also depends on how comfortable you make them feel. So for me, it was a combination. I did a lot of the videos, but also I recruited a youth team to go out and meet with people on the street. And you know, for them it was great. It was a fun atmosphere that we created, and it was kind of like a no pressure type of situation that we created. And in a sense, that's pretty much why they kind of, I think, felt comfortable. And like you said, one, they were passionate about the issues, and two, we just make them feel comfortable. It's not it. And the thing is, today, you know, the 1-2 minute YouTube video is what works. It doesn't have to be this nice, fancy video that, you know, is 10 minutes. And you know, I don't know anybody that can sit down and view a video for 10 minutes these days.
You know, you hit the nail right on the head. It's really finding that one specific time frame that is going to capture the most people's attention. And 1 minute, I mean, who doesn't have a minute to sit down and watch something? You're able to basically capture their voice and their concern or their vision all in that 1 minute. And I'm kind of curious, Mando, when you started this project, what were your goals, and what did you really achieve what you were setting out to do? And you know, I guess on top of that, was there anything that surprised you about the process of really kind of bringing awareness to this cause via the video?
Yeah, definitely. Well, you know, the thing is that, well, first of all, our goal is to, and really my specific role in this project is really to engage these hard-to-reach audiences and populations. And that's kind of my specialty, you know, really doing multicultural engagement, whether you think about, you know, minorities, Latinos, African Americans, Asians, faith-based communities, and basically people that typically don't show up to these type of public forums, right? So my goal was to get that feedback from them and meet with them in a comfortable setting, in a space that, you know, they don't have to go out. It's not a big stretch for them to provide that feedback that we needed in a way that you know, allowed kind of that trust to build and build that rapport. So that way they feel like, well, I'm telling you something, but will you do something with that information? And really, that's why we did these videos, to capture people's vision. And actually, so not only are these videos going to be used to tell the story and to, in a sense, raise awareness, but these videos are going to be, they actually are going to be, they're going to help with that process that the City of Austin needs to include what the feedback and what people want in this certain area. So these videos is not just for, you know, raising awareness. It's to make sure that the plans that get drawn out and implemented reflect what people want. I don't know if I answered your question completely, though, but.
No, it's good. I mean, the one thing that caught my ear when you were talking was that you had a youth team that went out and kind of reached out to the community. And for all intents and purposes, they were kind of like an activist version of a street team, a marketing street team. And while the videos focus in on the person being interviewed and them sharing their stories of what they hope will come out of Airport Boulevard, to me, the reality is that only tells part of the story, because there is a whole host of people who are behind the camera, behind the scenes. And I'm curious, what are some of the stories that have come back from those folks who are behind the camera?
Oh, well, yeah, it was amazing working with this group. It's an organization called Latinitas, and we basically partnered with four of their kind of Latina leaders. And the organization, what they focus on is teaching technology, multimedia to young girls, basically teenagers, and I mean as young as I believe 8 years old. And so, I mean, part of I think the stories that I heard was that some of them lived in that area, but they didn't even know that the project was going on. And some of them knew all these. I mean, we went to like places that have been there since 1950, to new establishments. So I think what we got, the stories I heard from them was like, oh yeah, well I used to go there all the time, and now I understand kind of, you know, what we're trying to do and why it's important for that business to stay open, or what do we need, why we need to change the neighborhood and make it safer. And so for them, it was kind of like it kind of connected the dots. So that, I mean, that's kind of the overall theme that I heard from them is like and plus obviously we trained them into you know, obviously how to ask questions and how to take the video, and so it gives them the skills that they need to actually, you know, further their involvement in multimedia.
You know, I'm curious, for a lot of businesses and for a lot of nonprofits, there are always segments of their market that they have a tough time reaching, and you mentioned it several times in the course of this discussion, that you specifically excel in getting to these hard-to-reach markets, these individuals, these groups. Why do you think these particular groups, and this is maybe not so much your specific group, but just groups across the board, why do you think there are groups that are hard to reach? Why do you think they're so hesitant to become a part of a particular cause, or why do you feel that maybe they're hesitant to share their voice? What have you come across in your experience that are common threads in all this?
Yeah, well, the thing is that a lot of communities, whether they're involved in certain areas or others, it's all about the information they receive from their networks. And so if they're not receiving information from what I call mainstream networks, like nonprofits, mainstream nonprofits or city government types, then, you know, they're not going to know. But a lot of the barriers come down to the thing is that, you know, a lot of these communities have been largely ignored, so there's a trust issue. So if they're gonna be asked to come and participate in an event, they have to trust you. So it's not going to happen the first time, not even the third or fourth time. So that, you know, organizations have to build that trust by doing that outreach consistently. It's not just the one time, and, you know, we hope that you come out, and if you don't, that you're not interested. They are interested. They just have different issues, different priorities, and the way that the outreach is being done is pretty much, I don't think it's been very effective. And really understanding what people are going through, what their aspirations are, what they care about, and understanding, especially with multicultural groups, and understanding culturally how they interact with each other, whether it's among families or friends, and using culture as a way to connect with them. I think that's a way to kind of get that traction. But, you know, when it comes down to it, it's really building that trust. Sometimes there's just no trust between these groups and what I call mainstream organizations or mainstream networks.
Just hearing you talk right now about how it's difficult to reach out to those folks who are, as Louis said, the hard to reach. Now that you've done it, now that they know who you are, now that possibly some of them are on video, do you feel like this is a really good first step in possibly continuing to keep them involved so that all of a sudden now they're not the hard to reach? Now they're going to be the folks that are going to be active and have a voice and actually know how to use it, because now if you come knocking on the door about something that's going to relate to their area, it's not going to take so long to convince them. And so overall, you've got so many stories in the Video Vision series. What are your thoughts on the overall messaging, and how has it been received by the community at large?
Oh, well, I think overall I've had some really, really great feedback. I mean, the thing is when you think about public forums and these type, and I'm not talking about just Austin, it's a certain select number of people that show up. And they're the ones that, in a sense, their voices get counted. And then, so in a sense, it's kind of like the few represent kind of the masses. And so now with this, you can actually see it. You can view it on the video, and you can see that people care. The thing is we all have different lives. We all have different experiences, but we come together around certain issues that matter to us. And when you see the video, you see that representation, and a lot of people care about the same thing. They want safe neighborhoods. They want good schools. They want to feel like they're connected, and with initiatives like this, they want to feel that if I'm going to tell you something, we'll do something with that information. Don't just put it in a shelf, put it in a report in a bookshelf. Actually do something, and this is what we're doing. And so overall, I've heard really great feedback on it. Obviously the diversity of the people in the videos, and they've been also the people in the videos. They've been just excited to be part of and sharing kind of their voice even within their network. They're able to share their perspectives with their friends and families and what have you. So I think it's just a different way to in a sense, for initiative to become inclusive and truly capture that voice of the community.
So I got to ask you, Mando, you've put a lot of time and effort and thought into relaying your vision and strategy to a street team that you've really worked very closely with. This community organization, the Latinitas, are obviously a great asset. You've gotten those video interviews. People have shared their voices. I'd like to kind of wrap this all up by asking you, what has been the response of the city, or what, in terms of press coverage, have you gotten, and I guess from a city perspective, have you gotten any feedback on how great the project is, or if changes are going to be made, or even if the city themselves are really hearing these individual voices, or is this still an onward push that you're really trying to get behind?
Well, the thing is this project is an 18-month project, and right now the front end was kind of like to capture people, the vision of what people wanted. So we've actually have had some good coverage, and the city staff, we've heard from the city, we've worked with some of the council members, and actually one of them, Chris Riley, he's actually on one of the videos. And so overall, I think people have felt that we have had a good representation of the community, because along with the videos, we did a lot of outreach to different neighborhood groups, business owners, landowners, people that use the corridor, and then of course the hard to reach populations, faith-based communities, and multicultural. And so, in a sense, for this initiative, what I, in a sense, brought to the table was a way for those people to capture their voices. And so yeah, we've heard some pretty good feedback. And right now, we're kind of we're still going to be doing some outreach over the next 10 months in a sense, but we've captured a lot of the visioning right now. But just like anything that when you're building something, it's always good to include that input, so that way you can tweak as you go. So I think we're always looking for that feedback moving forward, and we'll be doing some other outreach activities as well as we move forward.
Wow, so you still have 10 months left of this project, so there's still so much that can be done. How can folks learn more about what you're doing? How can they become involved? And how can they just become kind of embrace or even learn about what you're doing?
Yeah, well, real simple. Go to airportboulevard.com, and you can sign up for the newsletter. You can, that's the easiest way. There's contact there that you can contact either consultants or city staff. You can look at the videos and find out, what people are saying. We have presentations on the website as well. So that's pretty much the easiest way to get connected.
Well, Mando, thank you again so much for sharing how you are using online media, specifically video, to really bring awareness for this initiative, this cause that you're putting forth. And I think, whether you're a business or a nonprofit listening to tonight's show, I think there was a lot of value in what you're doing. I think the real gold nugget out of everything you said is trust. When you're building outreach to communities, whether you're a business or a nonprofit, whether you're reaching out to customers, it's trust. If you can build that trust, you have a loyal customer, you have a loyal fan who will support a cause and who will then go out and speak to people about that cause or about the product. So it really does all come down to trust, and I think you've done a great job with this. So, everybody out there, please make sure you check out the Airport Boulevard Project. It may not be something that you might think, well, this is not really what I'm doing. It doesn't pertain to me. But I really think everyone should take a look at it, see what he's done, see what he's captured, and then try to find a way to adapt some of what Mando has done into what you're doing. That being said, we would love for you guys to let us know what you think. Let us know what you guys are doing yourselves for your businesses or your nonprofits, and you can always catch us on Twitter or Facebook, as we said at the top of the show. You can find us everywhere you are. We are Tech in 20. Jennifer, is there anything else you'd like to toss in? I think it was a great chat with Mando.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. But, Mando's always got a lot going on. We could actually probably schedule him as a regular guest, and we would have tons of topics to talk about. So there's no shortage of things that we can discuss. Mando, thank you so much for joining us this evening.
Oh, thank you, guys. It's my pleasure.
Well, hey, folks, you heard it here. Go check out airportboulevard.com. And, of course, as Louis mentioned, check us out, too, because we're there as well. For Tech in 20, this has been Jennifer Navarrete.
And this has been Louis Sandoval.
Reminding you to get social. You've been listening to Tech in 20 with Louis Sandoval Jr. and Jennifer Navarrete. To the Moon theme music by Simon True. You can find more great music like this on the PodSafe Music Network.